What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's day was going pretty good. Gonna get this video going. The title of this video today is going to be the global prison sale, which is the global prison sale that everybody's going through, no matter what you got going on in your life. Everybody's going through this. The fear of what other people think. Everybody goes through it. I think pretty much every single person's going through it except animals. I don't think animals care what other animals think of them. Because they living in their order, so they feel like it is what it is. But we have a fear about what other people think about us. And no matter what, people will say, I don't care about what people think about me. Because I could say that in a sense as well. But no, in a sense, we do care about what people think about us. It's just we have to make sure we're balanced on that. And we might care a little too much about what other people think about us, especially people who their source is not really a good source. And we're really considering them on too much of a high level when we're filtering our thoughts in our life. And we just have to think about that sometimes, because I had to think about that in my life. And that's why I'm here talking about that, because, we don't even know why, it's not too much of considering what other people think or caring about what other people think. It's just considering and caring about what other people think who don't do nothing for your life. They don't benefit you. What they say, the 3 F's. None of that. These are people who in real life, if we was ranking people, they would be very low ranking. They don't really have too much to offer. It's a lot. And there's some of these people, we consider them a whole lot and they're nobodies. And, we have to think about that, because a lot of times we consider what some people think. Like to me, let me get this out the way. I'm not saying that you have to not consider or care about what anybody thinks. I do believe that, you should have a balance with this. And, at a point you should care. I mean, if you have loving parents that, brought you up a certain way and all that, you wouldn't want to disappoint your parents in certain things. And not even just that, but what am I trying to say? Some people, you do consider them with your situations. And when I say don't care about what other people think, that doesn't mean completely fly off the dang wagon and don't care about not one, doesn't mean that, of course. But you have intelligence in your brain. You can figure it out. But, some people, we give too much credit on why we consider what the hell they think about us. A lot of people we do. Like, for example, considering what somebody thinks about you that you don't even know. You don't even know this person. And of course, you don't just go out acting a dang fool. But when you're living right and exact in your truth, in the order of how you was put down here to be, little piece of lint flying around. You're not going to be moving all out of place anyway. You just honestly, to me, once you consider what certain people think too much, or, what the Matrix thinks about you, you're not yourself anymore. Once you consider a little, because some people, they don't even deserve that much respect. Not saying you have to disrespect them, but what I'm saying is, some people they should not even be considered, not even a pipsqueak. And we're considering these motherfuckers to the 10th power, is what I'm saying. So you have to just do a mental you have to evaluate everybody in your life. Like, how much should I even, care about what this person's thinking about my situation? Because, of course, you wouldn't want to, mess up a reputation for you in a bad way. But at the same time, there's stuff that you're not doing and accomplishing in your life because you're considering what this nobody's saying, what this nobody is thinking, who this person doesn't even believe in themselves. They don't even know the concept of believing in themselves. They can't even fathom that. And we're considering that person. And this is our one life that we have to live here. You have one life. You have one life. I tell myself this every day. You have one life. I seen a quote Louis Farrakhan said. He said, you have one life. You fight like hell for that shit. You have one life. You're going to use your one life. That's your eternal. That's connected to your eternal being. Considering what this person thinks, and this person is probably not even truly connected to their soul. Because everybody is not as conscious as you think they are. The level of consciousness, like you assume everybody is on a level of consciousness that you're on. We assume that. But there's a lot of people that are not connected like that. And so imagine this is your whole life and you considering what this person's saying, and this person ain't even connected, not even a quarter piece of how you connected. This person's life has been a series of just reactions to things. They never sat with anything. They never sat and they just been doing constant output. And whatever somebody does to them, it's just a reaction. So we have to consider, who are we considering when we're caring about what this certain person fucking thinks? Because there's a lot of people who aren't rich right now because they're too busy caring about what broke people think. Why would you give a shit about what a broke person fucking thinks? A billionaire rich person would be like, you better let that go. That person and why they live their life with the patterns of how they live in their life, that's what they chose for their life. You don't have to have that for your life. So we have to just consider and really think, because when, like I said, every time I'm talking to this camera, I'm talking back to myself. When you say it out loud and you repeat it, it hardens up. That's how you remember things. That's a technique actually to remember things, is repeating it out loud. So every time I say this, I'm always talking to myself. And I'm always basing everything off of my own personal experiences, of course, of what I felt like happened with my awakening process in my life, why I was considering what people thought who never even thought about me ever in life. Like, because seriously, sometimes you consider what people think who don't even think a fucking day. They don't think 1 second about you, and we're basing our life worried about them, and it's like, this motherfucker's not even thinking about you, not even going to. Because we always think the spotlight is on us. We always think that. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. That's what I had to realize. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. But you staying in your box. And nobody really gives a shit and nobody cares. Yeah, you step out of your box, little conversations go around. Who cares? Who cares? What they say? You'll never meet a hater doing better than you. Ever. Shoot for the top. Shoot for the top. Shoot for where you know your heart is, what you know you can do. Don't let somebody else, because they've been abused. People told them they couldn't do it. They believe them. They probably done did negative self-talk to themselves. And this is how they live their lifestyle, telling you you can't do it. And your little old you like, oh, I got to consider what they think. Oh, hell no. Like, this is so crazy. Like, sometimes, like, my situation was cool. My mom, she pretty much understands a lot of stuff about my life. So I didn't have to grow up like that. But a lot of people, their parents don't understand nothing about their life. And you feel like, oh, it's because of my parents. You're not killing nobody. You're not doing nothing illegal. Shoot for the top and do what you got to do. Sometimes you got to not even consider what they think on that certain level when it comes to that. If it got to do with your success and stuff that you're doing, and you know what you're going to be doing is morally inclined, and it's, you know, it lines up with values that you like and consider in your life. Because when you look at these other people, their life is a hot mess. You have to do what you got to do for you to live your life. You have one life. You need to live it the way you want to live it. What you know you can live it. You have one. It's just one. And you don't know how long you're going to be here. Like, this is why I feel like when you die, right? The shit that you thought you was taking seriously, like, there's a lot of stuff right now you can probably name in your life and be like, man, when I die, I'm going to seek answers for that. When I die, I'm going to make sure I figure out what happened with this. When you die, your perception zooms up so high. Everything you thought you cared about here, that shit's so small. So that's why motherfuckers never come back. None of the dead people ever come back to what they talk about. Some ghosts have an unfinished business, but you know, you gotta die really angry for that. But most of the stuff that you think you're gonna care about way later on in life, you're not even gonna care about. And you got that one life. So if it's something that when you zoom way out in your perception after you die, because everything becomes this small, because it's your higher self starts looking at your lower self, because your higher self is God. Looking at your lower self, everything's going to seem so small, laughable. You're not even going to understand, why did I even consider what these losers felt about me? I had one life. Why the fuck I didn't do what I want? Or what I knew what was best for me. So, definitely, part of doing anything, I feel like, in this world and being your own manager, your own management, and your own administration, which what you should always be, your own attorney, your own therapist, just your own, delete the fear of what other people think about you. It's going to make life way lighter. I wouldn't say I totally deleted the fear of what other people think about me, but as big as it's very more smaller now. It's very more narrow if I care about what people really think about me or not. Like, it's very little. Because none of you motherfuckers I have to answer to when this shit's over. So I don't care about what you think. I don't have to answer to none of you motherfuckers. When this is all done, y'all, I know for sure what I don't know shit about death, but what I know is y'all not the motherfuckers I gotta answer to. So I ain't worried about what y'all thinking. Because most likely, people are looking at you from some judgy eye perspective. Total bad intent. You don't realize how much motherfuckers really, you don't know how people really feel about you until you get yourself in certain situations. Maybe you broke or you're sick or certain situations, and you see how much, how people really think about you sometimes. So that's why you got to live your life for you, because your perception of what you think about everybody around you, that's just your perception that you came up with your experiences. That's it. Half the people you think like you don't even like you. So yeah, live your life for you. Delete the fear of what other people think. Work on deleting that. Because that's been something that they put on the world to stagnate everybody. Because if you give people, you got to make people trap themselves, because we have freedom to do whatever we want to do. But if there's certain type of prisons that they can put inside of our minds, it will literally stop you from moving physically. You can't move. You just can't move. The mental shit will fuck with you too much. So, I think it's important to, give yourself more credit, and when you're moving right and exact and you're doing what you need to be doing, you're not hurting nobody, fuck all that other stuff. Know when the moments, know when to tune into those moments where you do need to care about whatever's thinking about you. Save that energy for those important times. So I just want to talk about that, but that is very important. And everybody in the world is going through that. Everybody on some level, every single person has been, it's literally beyond the states, the countries. This is like a Matrix, Agent Smith prison thing that's been put on the world. The fear of what other people think. This is why you're not doing a lot of the stuff that you want to do in your life. That's why I haven't did a lot of the stuff that I really want to do in my life. Because I cared about too much about what people thought who wasn't even thinking about me. Why did I care though? It's literally like a parasite that's in your brain that is an illusion. And it's fucking with you all the time with all your moves, everything you think of. Because what are you doing? Oh, you're considering what that person thinks. Oh, you're thinking about what that person thinks. So, y'all know what we got to do, family. You know? And I just be on here. I just be trying to say thought-provoking things, you guys. Because this is stuff on my journey that I've discovered. Which made me a better person. Which made me be able to handle a lot of shit in the world way better. You know, all of that. And definitely one of the steps towards, you know, and honestly, when you just become conscious, period, you have to delete the thought of what other people think about you. Because when you first come up on a lot of this information, a lot of people will think you're crazy. And you have to have you have to delete the fear of what other people think, or you will let that get to you and you won't feel confident in doing what you got to do to move forward with this information. Because this information, you have to be strong to progress through this information. Because there's going to be all types of shit being thrown at you to get you to not believe, to get you to be in the fear of what other people think about you. So guess what? That starts fucking with your mind. You got to go. All the successful people that you look at on TV, they stopped caring about what people think about them a long time ago. There is some successful people who do care about what people think, because I see them get on the internet and explain and do shit. But there's a lot of people who don't care. I want to say, for example, look at Jay-Z and Beyonce. I hate to bring them up, but I'm going to bring them up. I got a lot of stuff to say about them, but that's a whole nother video. But a lot of stuff has came out about that couple. That they're satanic, they worship the devil. What came out recently within the last 6 months, that Jay-Z was like keeping Beyonce drugged up or something. All kinds of stuff. Did they ever come out in the media to address that shit? They never came out and chased it. They never came out to address it. And what happened? That shit went away and went down. I'm not saying that none of that stuff is true. But what I'm saying is they don't give a fuck about what people think about them. So they never addressed it. And what are they? They're still who they are. And they're still successful moving on with their life. Beyonce's still going on tour selling out. You can't be caring about what people think about you. It will stop you. It will stop you from trying to pursue anything in your life. Even harmless shit. You got one life. Just remember, you got one. Uno. You got one life. One, not two, not 1.5, not you die and you could come back. None of that. You get one. Some people get lucky, they get a near-death experience. So they do get a second chance. But I believe those people got near-death experience, like, no matter what, you were just meant to come back for whatever reason. But that's a whole nother video. We're going to talk about near-death experiences. But you can't care about what other people think. Because to me, Jay-Z and Beyonce, they probably are devil worshippers. To me, they are like a satanic, devil worshipping artist couple. But they don't come down here to fucking address none of them rumors. Why? Because they don't give a fuck about what y'all think about them. Y'all just poor peasants. Y'all don't even got your own mind straight. Because what? Y'all think that, but y'all still buy their music. So why would I have to come down and explain anything to y'all? But my point I'm trying to say is, when you think like that, you will get more shit done in your life. When I start thinking about like that, I started getting more stuff done in my life. It helped me be more brave. Like, I wouldn't shy off of a fucking illusion. And how will you ever be able to hold on to any of this information that they don't want you to know? Because they're hiding something that they don't want you to know something about yourself. They don't want you to know something about yourself. Because when it comes to speaking the truth about things, it could be a lot of negativity coming behind it. But when you know something is deemed to be right and exact and true, who cares about what other people think? You got to stay strong and keep moving. Who cares if the whole damn world wants to cancel you and you're the one person who's canceled? You got to be strong like that. So, delete, y'all. Delete the fear of what other people think about y'all. I'm out of here. Peace.